You know, the last 2 weeks, I've gotten so many messages of people asking me for cash. I need help. I need you to bail me out because you don't know what happened. I bought my house, put the whole down payment into this house, and I cannot believe what's going on right now. I lost the job. I'm about to lose my house. I'm trying to foreclose. The bank is kind of working with me. They're trying to do modification with me. But again, I need some help because I got to pay the bills. Everyone's texting me about cash. Now, here's the thing you got to be thinking about. People are where they are in their lives because they listen to someone's advice. And someone giving their advice and you take it, in that situation you have two characters. One is the influencer, the other is the influenced. You listen to the influencer who influenced you to go do whatever you want to do. For example, the influencer says, cash is trash. And you say, you know what? Cash is trash. Let me go take all my cash and just put it in real estate because that's how I'm going to be a millionaire. The influencer says, you know, real estate's the American dream. And you go buy real estate because you think it's the American dream. The influencer says, you know, never study politics because it's a waste of time. So you don't study any of that stuff. And then you look at that philosophy and you see if it works during good and bad times. And if a philosophy only works during good times, it's not a worthy philosophy to study. If a philosophy is only worthy during bad times, it's also not a good worthy philosophy to study. You need a philosophy that's an evergreen philosophy that can be tested in good and bad times. For example, cash is trash. What is the opposite of cash is trash? I don't know a single person in America today or in the world today that doesn't wish they had more cash. Why? Because if you had more cash, you're not going to be controlled by anywhere you're at. Your job, your boss, the marketplace, the industry, the 3.2 unemployment, applying for unemployment 2 weeks ago, 6.6 million this year. That's 10 million people applying for unemployment in the month of March, a record by 659,000 was a prior one. Why are they needing this kind of stuff? Because they don't have cash. Real estate is the American dream. Is real estate really the American dream, or is it a great marketing job? Because the real American dream is equity, entrepreneurship, owning yourself something, owning a piece of something where it's not just putting all your money into a home, average real estate return 3.2% long-term. Am I really going to become wealthy through that? Is that really the right way to go? Maybe the American dream is entrepreneurship, and never study politics. Plato once said, those who say never study politics will be fooled by those who do. Meaning those who say it's foolish to not study politics will be governed by fools who do. That means if you don't study politics, other people that do study politics who are fools will govern you, and they'll make decisions for you. Do you want that to happen? So maybe you ought to privately study politics. Maybe you don't publicize it, but you go study politics and see what is really going on. What is the motive behind these guys? What is the motive behind these guys? Again, the whole purpose of today's message is the following. Sometimes it requires a bad time to show up for you and I to ask ourselves if our philosophies work during good and bad times. Sometimes during bad times, you and I have to ask ourselves, who are the top 5 people I listen to the most? How are their philosophies doing today? When the economy expands for 129 months in America, you know how easy it is to make money? Very easy. But when the economy isn't and it drops 39% in a month, now which philosophies work? Because cash is king today. Because entrepreneurship is king today. Having a skill set is king today. Knowing the politics and the motivation behind politicians is king today, because you know no one can control you. So write down whoever the influencer it is that influences you, and write down their philosophies and see if it's worked for you, good and bad times. If it has, keep studying those people. If it's not, you may need to make some adjustments to which influencers you study to. Because by the way, this is not also pointing the fingers at the influencers, because the world is filled with influencers. This is to give you the control of who you listen to. So you can't say, screw this person, the hell with you, Pat, the hell. No, no, no. You're in charge. No one's forcing you to be influenced by anybody. You make that decision. Make that decision moving forward if your list is a worthy list. If it is, continue. If it's not, start eliminating some names, just like sometimes you got to eliminate certain friends out of your life. Maybe sometimes you got to eliminate certain influencers out of your life.
So how is this all going to play out? You know, I don't know exactly, but what I do know is that the longer this goes on, the bigger it's going to be. And I wrote about some of the possibilities in my book. And this was written before the crisis of 2008. And so in here, I refer to Ben Bernanke, but I'm going to change that to just the Federal Reserve or central banks for you right now. So, the day of reckoning will come when millions of baby boomers reach the age where they have to take mandatory distributions from their IRAs. As they find that the investments they were counting on for their retirement, their homes and their IRAs full of mutual funds, have actually lost value, that the amount of stuff that they can buy from the proceeds if they sell their home is actually less than when they bought their home. And as they realize that their dream of a comfortable retirement was just that, a dream, all those boomers will get scared and pull in their horns. They will stop spending. They will start selling off their assets, and the greatest stock market crash in history will unfold as more and more boomers panic and sell. I believe this will also be accompanied by the greatest real estate crash the world has ever known. This perfect storm of bankruptcies and foreclosures will cause the currency supply to contract as the giant credit bubble pops, and all those big spenders become big savers. When people save their currency, it stops circulating. The economic engine runs out of oil, and the whole thing locks up. This is every central banker's worst nightmare. This is real deflation. And the world's central bankers are about to discover the true scale of the horrors of a credit bubble implosion. When this happens, the Federal Reserve will once again send out its armada of money bomb dropping helicopters, but this time something will be different. Something will have gone horribly wrong. The bombs will have been defused. The Fed will try pumping the banking sector by buying up every kind of debt they can get their hands on, but to no avail. They will go to the extraordinary measures that they had said they were prepared to go to. They will buy every mortgage, mortgage-backed security, and any other type of debt that panicky investors and banks are trying to sell, but nothing good will come of it. They will start buying stocks to buoy the stock market, but retail sales will continue to plunge. They will try broad-based tax cuts, but it won't jumpstart the economy. They will work with foreign central banks to buy each other's debt, but the global economy will continue to plummet. People will finally see through the veil. they will see what Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Lion, and the Tin Man saw. That the Wizard of Oz is really just some dopey old guy frantically pulling levers. Remember when we talked about how during World War I, the Germans increased their currency supply by 400%, yet there was no price inflation because of the public's anxiety over the war and the uncertainty of their future? Imagine the anxiety 75 million baby boomers will feel as they approach retirement, only to find their homes and their mutual funds are now worth next to nothing. The nest egg, ladies and gentlemen, has just cracked. When they get their tax rebates, are they going to buy that new big screen TV and the latest cell phone? I think not. I think they're going to save every dime they can get their hands on, just like in Germany during the war. But there will be a point at which a threshold is reached. For each income class, it will be different. It will be the point where they feel that they've finally got enough saved for retirement. For some, it will be $100,000. For others, it will be $1 million. And for others still, it will be $10 million. The Fed knows there is a point where they'll finally feel safe enough to replace that aging computer and maybe get that new TV. At this point, the boys at the Fed will buy enough government debt to fund tax rebates for all the taxes in the previous year, but still, nobody will buy that new car. The threshold the Fed is looking for will not be reached. Then, in not-so-quiet desperation, the Fed will say, "Screw the helicopters, send in the bombers." And as the shadow of millions of stealth currency bombers darken the skies, currency will begin to fall like rain in the desert. As Joe Sixpack and John Q get tax rebate checks in the mail for all the taxes they paid during their entire lifetimes, fear will be temporarily alleviated and some of that currency will come out of hiding, just as in Weimar Germany. Prices will rise quickly and dramatically as all that stored up currency energy is released. In a panic, the Fed will call back the bombers, but it will be too late. There's nothing they will be able to do to stop it now because the hyperinflation will have already begun. The Dow will begin an invisible crash of epic proportions and gold prices will shoot to the moon. If you are wise enough to moor your boat in the safe harbors of gold and silver and other commodities, you will weather the storm. It won't be pretty, but at least you'll be safe. At this point, confidence in the currency will fall faster than it can be created. Cost of living increases for government employees, and the costs of all government projects, the subcontractors, the labor, the materials, will all skyrocket. And each time more currency is created to pay for the increases, the value of the currency will fall even faster. In times like that, governments have only two choices: shut down the government and all of its projects and services, send everybody home without pay, turn off the printing presses, and wait for the free market system to discover price levels that account for the quantity of the currency in the supply, or print the currency into oblivion. Governments have always chosen the latter. But the stored up energy of excess currency creation doesn't have to take place within the United States, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in the future. In fact, there is an abundance of stored up currency just waiting to be released right now. As I mentioned earlier, all the dollars we sent overseas to other countries to buy their goods and services are now sitting in their bank accounts, just waiting to be spent. Eventually, the world economy will lose faith in the US dollar and will want to dump it by buying up goods. And as all those dollars come flooding back into the US, it will, of course, cause the prices of those goods and services to rise, and could, and probably will, trigger a scenario much like the one I have just finished describing. Throughout history, economists have suffered from what I like to call this time syndrome. This time, they've become masters of the economic universe. This time, they've figured it out. This time they've tamed the economy. This time they've mastered the art of infinite currency amplification. This time, a fiat currency will work. History gives this a probability of 0. Each time we sailed toward economic doom, the greatest financial minds in the world were at the helm. Do you really think we should continue letting them steer the ship? I think not. It would be nice if we started listening to people that have been right rather than the people that have theories. And it would be great if they would allow the free market to work. But that's not the way it's going to happen. The people that have the theories will continue to rule, and we will vote for people that don't know what they're doing. And so the best that we can do is try to protect ourselves and even, potentially benefit from government and economists' stupidity.
Wow. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Power Call. Welcome to the Power Call. This is Mike Dalco, my beautiful wife, Monisha Dalco. We're happy to be here with you today. And we're going to have some discussions about our pre-calls, and a lot of other things will happen on today's call. Again, my name is Mike Dalco. I was 15 years a mortgage banker, most recently with Wells Fargo. My wife spent 20 years as a corporate trainer. Today, we are full-time and retired Carrot Bars affiliates, retired from the corporate America system. And it's because of the information we're going to share with you right now. So I'm going to go over a quick Carrot Bars overview to kind of break down what it is we do here at Carrot Bars International. Carrot Bars International, an e-commerce company, has made available a simple wealth building system for everyone on the planet who is 18 years or over, with 3 optional ways to participate. Option 1, to save gold. We all start here. We complete a free registration for gold savings account and start acquiring Carrot Bars gold in small increments. Carrot Bars International has made it easy by making available a feature called Auto Exchange. At Wealth Builders Worldwide, we call that Pay Yourself First. You set up your account to automatically exchange paper currency for Carrot Bars gold weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. You set it and forget it and then go back and increase it. Activating this feature allows you to automatically pay yourself first with physical gold. There are no fees of any kind. The account is completely free and takes less than 5 minutes to register. Every time you acquire Carrot Bars gold, you're building your family's wealth. Option 2, save and earn. As an independent affiliate, when you save gold for yourself and share with others how to do the same, you position yourself to be compensated monthly through our unilevel compensation plan. You are virtually in business for yourself in over 140 plus countries worldwide. And then option 3, maximize your earning potential. You may choose one of several business packages which position you to generate cash flow monthly and weekly through our dual system compensation plan. These packages are income producing assets. Now, some people ask, why Carrot Bars? A Carrot Bars Gold Savings Account gives you protection against future financial crisis and rapid inflation. It protects your hard-earned paper currency with physical gold. Carrot Bars International has the only system in the world where you can get free gold. Gold is a store of wealth and value and is an appreciating asset. There are 3 major benefits of a Carrot Bars Gold Savings Account. You can start saving physical gold in small increments. Number 2, Carrot Bars puts you in position to build a global business from the comfort of your home. And number 3, you get the significant tax advantages of owning a home-based business. So our Wealth Builders Worldwide mission is to provide individuals worldwide with the tools required to enhance their lives, achieve their dreams, and build massive wealth. We are salespeople. We're a sales team, but we don't sell products, goods, or services. We sell people on the infinite possibility of their lives and the power of their dreams. We sell people on never giving up. We believe this is a noble cause. Now, if you're a guest on the line today, get back with the person that invited you to this call. Let them know you're ready to open up your Carrot Bars Gold Savings Account right now. I'm going to jump back to one part of this slide, and let's see. Completely free gold registration. And guys, here's the key. People are looking for gold right now. They're looking for gold. And as an independent affiliate, you're just saving gold for yourself. And if you choose to, you can share with others how to do the same. So that's the key to all of this. Carrot Bars protects you from future financial crisis. And we were listening to the pre-call by Anthony David and also by the inimitable Mr. Mike Maloney. Mike Maloney was literally reading from a book he wrote years and years ago. And it seems like he's prophetic now, but he's really not. It's not really prophecy. He didn't have to have some prophetic gift in order to write that book. All he did was, as Mr. Austin says, it's not emotional. It's not even prophetic. It's just math. The more you have of anything, the less valuable it becomes. And we're having more and more dollars put into circulation every day, some physical, some digital. Nonetheless, we have had more dollars created in the last month than we have in the whole history of the dollar. Now, how sustainable do you think that can be? The other thing I wrote down is, does our philosophy work in good times and bad times? I want to thank Mr. Leon Duncan, one of my business partners, for sending me that video early this morning. I said, oh man, we got to show this, because people do say, get real estate, take your dollars and buy real estate. And yes, real estate is a good investment, but does it work well in good and bad times? I don't know. But what we do know for an absolute 100% fact is that gold works in good and bad times. And I love what Ty Best taught me. He said a person with an experience is never at the mercy of a person with a theory. These people pop out here with theories all the time. But does their theory work in good and bad times? And we know that our consistent gold acquisition, it works in good and bad times, right? When times are good and people are making a lot of money, as Anthony David said, when the economy is making all that money, anybody can jump in here and stick your big toe in the water and get rich. But who's getting rich right now? Folks sitting around waiting on a $1,200 stimulus check, while people in carrot bars are making enough money right now to have a glorious lifestyle, and we can't even leave the house to spend it. So a person with an experience is never at the mercy of a person with a theory. If you've been saving gold all along, it never mattered what the price of gold is. And I'm going to end with this. I looked in my back office today, and they had updated the e-points and the cash gold in our back offices. And I will not give you a total because the attorneys generals might be listening and they call that enticement. But ladies and gentlemen, it was astronomical how much free gold I was able to acquire through this system of gold acquisition. One of my business partners last night, I hope he's not on the call. He's probably not, because I love him and he knows I love him and I don't ever want to say anything to hurt anybody. But he was telling me how he could get gold cheaper. And I was like, wow. Wow, man. I said, that's amazing. I got 44 free grams of gold last night. And he's like, what? He said, well, Mike, that's because you got a lot of people on your team. No, it's not because I've got a lot of people on my team. But yes, I do have a lot of people on my team. But the way the system has been enhanced, you could get 44 grams of gold in a month. You got to plug in. See, a lot of you guys don't even know what the heck I'm talking about right now. What do you mean you could get 44 free grams of gold in a month? If you were on training last night, you could get $1 million of free gold in a couple of months. And it doesn't matter how big your team is. The team's going to grow based on the system. It's compound leveraged acquisition of an asset. You don't have to buy gold. You don't have to look for cheaper gold. You have to build a team that understands that they're saving gold as a hedge against inflation, and then it won't matter what the government does with printing dollars. You'll be positioned to win regardless of the decisions that are made on Capitol Hill. Let me get out of the way, man. This thing has got me fired up. Look, 6.5 years ago, I was blessed. A guy called me up and started talking about the dream. His name was Mr. Ty Best. Ty Best is a network marketing Hall of Famer, and he taught me almost every single thing I know about network marketing. I've been in the industry since 1993, started my own company in 2011. Sherry and Willie Brown were our two top producers in the company that me and my wife started. But we didn't know what we didn't know. And I believe that somebody just told me that gold was money, my life would be completely different a lot sooner than now, right? And Mr. Best put that other missing piece together, which is to dream big. Don't let anybody steal your dream. Keep your blinders on, get focused, stay focused, and build this business. And ladies and gentlemen, it went from me and my family to now almost 90,000 affiliates. And this gentleman I'm bringing to the floor right now has made millions of dollars in this industry and has built teams of well over 100,000 affiliates multiple times. He's a published author. The most recent book, The Dream Chaser Manifesto. Please give it up for our senior partner, my personal mentor, Mr. Ty Best. Good morning, Mr. Best.
Good morning, Mr. Dalco. Team Best, what do we say? Look, man, look, I broke my notes down, so I will be straight to the point. Miss Best, you want to say something this morning?
Not now. You talk first.
Okay, look, Mr. Dalco, first thing I'm going to say, that first speaker, what was his name, Anthony? Whatever the first...
Anthony Bet David.
Anthony Bet David. Look, folks, he laid it down. He broke it down, and I was done. I was done because he said two things. We can't say cash is trash because everybody needs cash. But we got it both here in Caribas. We have the cash and we have gold. So right there, Mr. Dalco, you merged two philosophies right there. Anthony's philosophy, and Mike Maloney's philosophy said we got to have gold. You put those two together, we got it in Caribas. Go ahead, Ms. Best.
I'm going to need trouble telling you when to talk. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to say good morning, Mr. Dalco. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Ms. Besson. Thank you for talking to me yesterday. You're a blessing. You are just a blessing.
You're welcome. But I was going to say I want to thank you for talking to me because you talked me off the ledge because I was upset about something yesterday. And I'm going to tell you, you guys got to understand, okay, we didn't know Mr. Dalco 7 years ago. You know, we got in 6 years ago. That's when we met him. And I think he's phenomenal. And he's been growing and growing, him and Manisha. But so have my husband and I. And he had to help me grow through something last night. And because I was just a mess. I was a mess. And he just likes to talk to me. And he talked me off the ledge. Believe me, the phenomenal leadership. And here's the thing. Being a leader isn't just you're making a bunch of money and that's it. No, you're always constantly growing. All of us, even me, because my husband tried to talk to me and he just said, oh, I can't deal with her right now. You know, and he just kicked it over to Mr. Dalco and he handled it. It was so good. So I want to say thank you so very much for that, helping me work through my little emotional issue. Okay. Anyway, great pre-call and great. I'm gonna let you get back to it and give it back to Tyrone.
And Mr. Best, that's Patrick. That's Patrick. Mr. Best, that's Patrick Bet David. I apologize. Patrick.
Okay.
Bet David.
Oh, Ty said that you said you're making so much money you can't spend it, and I mumbled under my breath. Yes, you can. You can if you vow, because I just do the arm. Okay. That's not. Don't do that.
Okay. Look, I want to make 2 points real quick, Mr. Delco. Finish this thing. You stole my thing when you said a person with an experience is never the mercy of someone with a theory. Folks, I got 37 years. My wife and I have 37 years experience. And man, when Mike Maloney said something, and then the first speaker, when he said, does your theory work in good times and bad times? We had the crash, the economic crash in the early 90s. Never felt it. My business never felt it. I don't know. Just didn't feel it. When the economy crashed in 2000 with the internet bubble, never felt a beat. Didn't miss a beat. Never missed a beat. This is my home-based business. My wife, this philosophy for 37 years we've been saying, get a home-based business. Why? Because the tax benefits have been there since 1983. That hasn't changed. So when the bubble burst in 2000, didn't feel a beat, didn't miss a beat. If it had an impact, it was negligible to where I didn't even know what people had to tell me. You know, we're in a recession. You know, the internet bubble burst. I didn't know. Okay. And then in 2008, again, when it crashed again, had little to no impact on my business, on what we're doing on a daily basis. We were in the bubble at home doing our thing worldwide. And then here comes Caribas with the ultimate plan where you get cash and you get gold. Gold stabilizes your security for the future. And you got a home-based business. And then here comes the health crisis. Says what? You better stay home. You got to stay home. Your life's at risk. Our philosophy of having a home-based business works in good times or bad times, regardless. And then most importantly, our home-based business does what? Gives people one thing they want. That's more cash. And then the second thing they need, that's more gold. Good God, Mr. Doug, you've got to play that again at the end, man. People who miss that, they don't even understand what they missed. The person with that experience is never the mercy of someone with a theory. Val and I've had 37 years experience, and our experience as a carrier boss is the ultimate financial vehicle if you want to secure your future. God bless. Thank you, Mr. Dalco and Mrs. Dalco. Team Best, what do we say? Ahoo!
Oh, hopefully I don't send you down a rabbit hole with this, Mr. Best, but literally I was talking to a business partner last night and he's just not clear on what we're so excited about. Like he's still looking. He's in, he loves carrot bars, but he's still looking, trying to find that best deal on gold. And I'm saying, I don't know the methodology to grab the whole world by the shoulders and shake them. So many of my business partners have signed up in deal after deal after deal, trying to find that holy grail. And I'm sitting here and gold is being dumped in my lap on a weekly and monthly basis. And I'm like, why don't they get this? And now I truly get it, because I get phone calls and they say, hey, can you give me an update? What's the price of the gold now in carrot bars? And did they do something different? And I'm going, geez, can you guys please just plug in and stay abreast of what's happening, because it's moving fast. This marketplace is moving quickly. And what's happening is Dr. Seitz is adjusting the system to give it the best absolute run for all of us affiliates. And if you're plugged into what he's doing, you just, every time he moves, you move. When he moves, you move. When he moves, you move. And when you move with him, the wealth just flows. And it's like, whoa, sometimes I feel like I'm at an advantage because I'm plugged in. And I feel sorry for people who are not, but I can't make them do it. It's like, so it's frustrating, but I'm excited because I'm plugged in, you know? So guys, I'm encouraging you. I can't overstate the importance of plugging in. I know you know what that means. You're not crazy. You know what plug in means. It's like your job. You're plugged into your job. Now, albeit by force of fear of being fired, but you're plugged in. You go every day. You don't miss a day unless you got a vacation. And even then you're checking your emails. You're plugged in. You know what's happening in your cubicle. So why won't you do that in your business? You can't join a networking business and hope that it's a get rich quick scheme. It's not. It's a career. This is my career. I'm plugged in. I don't miss anything. I'm jumping in on brand new people's live streams. I want to know everything that's happening. I'm talking to everyone and getting in on everything. Plug in is the key. The comp plan is not the key. The product is not the key. There are keys. The master key is plugging in, because everything else flows from this platform. That's my, whew.
Hey, but Mr. Delco, Big Boom used to say something to us, and you just touched on it. Money likes speed. Money likes speed. Well, if money likes speed, then you got to stay plugged in, because this thing is moving at the speed of thought. Dr. Harold Seitz sees something, has a thought in the financial arena. You got to be ready to move. It's just like folks who hesitated to move money out of their 401k a month ago. They lost thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. Money like speed. You got to be ready to change and to move on a dime. Now, we're protected from that by building this network. At some point in any profession, you've got to build a network. And Mr. When you're talking to some of these folks, they don't want to hunker down and do what you've done for the last 6 years. They would like to find a shortcut to what they're doing. I believe a person who focuses too much on the price of gold, all they're thinking about is themselves and their acquisition. Because it's so crystal clear here, no price is better than free. When you can get into a system that says all you have to do is share with other people and we're going to give you free gold, why are you searching for the price of gold? And we look at a system that has a 9-year track record like ours. We're not experimenting. We're not practicing. This is not the test run like they test running. Let's see what's going to happen. We drop $4 trillion of fiat money on the economy. Let's see if that works to boost the economy, to stabilize the economy. We're not doing that here. We know that if you follow this map, you plug in, you're going to build a home-based business. When you build a home-based business, you're going to be entitled to certain tax benefits. That's not me talking. That's a fact. And we know you build a home-based business, Carabao is going to be here every single Friday. That's not a theory. That's a fact. Going to appear on the first of every month. That's not a theory. That's a fact. you're going to earn free gold. That's not a theory. That's a fact. And we got thousands of people who've already had that experience. What's there to think about? It's
And
them.
Mr. Best, I want to quote one of my golden sisters that's on Facebook Live watching with us. And she typed it in, so that means it's okay to say, because it's in front of the whole world. Mr. Nala said, yes, I've been gone and so many changes, good changes, still learning those changes. I am plugged in. And Janala, we love you. And here's the point, guys. Here's the point, right? Carrot bars can never, listen to me clearly, and I'm gonna move on to our moderators if any of them have any things they would like to add to this. Carrot bars can never be a part of the problem. It can only be a part of the solution. Here's why. The product is gold. There's never a reason to unplug from this. It is never a part of the problem. It is only a part of the solution. No matter what you do to make money, Carrot Bars is a system of compound leveraged acquisition. You refer others to save gold through Carrot Bars, and you get free gold as a compensation and cash. No matter what you're going through. I mean, me and Mr. Best, the Best family, we've gone through heart attacks and kids being shot and parents being sick, and oh my God, everything you could possibly think of, car accidents, crazy stuff. Miss Valerie got stricken, got really sick, all kind of stuff we've been through. And yet we kept building our Carrot Bars business because it's like taking medication for all the drama. It's the thing that fixes the problems. It's not a part of the problem. You never have to recede and rescind Carrot Bars because things are tough. When things get tough, you need to drive in more into Carrot Bars. And even the boost you get from this community, and people, Janala shooting up hearts right now on Facebook. It's a community of love and care and education and inspiration, motivation. It's the solution. It's not the problem. When things are going wrong, are you going to save gold? Yes. When things are going right, are you going to save gold? Yes. So are you going to tell other people? Yes. So it's always going to be a part of the solution. Hell or high water, sink or swim, come what may, I'm holding on to my gold and I'm sharing with others to do the same. Gold is God's money. If you're going to let go of gold, are you going to let go of God? Man, let me move on. Moderators.
Hey, Mr. Delco, real quick, everybody got to write that down. Carrot Bars is medication for life's drama.
I like that.
I love little phrase. Carrot Bars is medication for life's drama. Okay.
Come on, somebody.
Mr. Michael L. Dalco. Carrot Bars is medication for life's drama. Wow.
Post it up. Moderators, any of you guys got anything you want to add before we go to the queue? I'll give you just a minute to unmute yourself if you do.
Hey, Mr. Dalco, this is Brother Kasu. I would just like to say this is truly an amazing call. It was a very pleasant surprise to see you pop in here today. I don't think I ever heard you do a power call, let alone see you do one. So I just want to let everybody know on here today is definitely something special. That's all I had to say. Thank you. I'm out of here.
Thank you, Brother Kansu. That means a lot coming from you. You are the consummate professional. Kansu's teaching other people how to use technology to get this message across, because visual aid is very important. So Kansu, thank you for everything you do for this global community. Any other moderators, anything?
Mr. Dalco, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can. Hey, Mr. Berger.
I don't sound like Mickey Mouse today.
No, man, I can hear you clearly.
Mr. Dalco, I'm grinning ear to ear when I heard you moderating today. So thank you for jumping in. It is great to see you moderating today, this call. We appreciate you. And this is an amazing call. You know me, plugging in is the key to our success. And you can be in a mood before you got in on the call, but I'm telling you, at the end of the call, that mood is gone. So it is helpful. Carrot Bars and Wealth Builders Worldwide is medication to the drama. So thank you so much, Mr. Dalco, for hosting today. We appreciate you. Love you, brother. Have a great day.
My honor. Thank you for everything you do too, Mr. Berger. Yes, sir. Good morning.
Dr. Patrice, listen, I just wanted to thank you and Miss Manisha for that amazing Let's Go Worldwide this weekend. It was just intensive. It was power packed, and it gave all affiliates and even guests that were on the line to see why Carrot Bars is the medication for all of life's drama. So shout out to you and everyone on the team. Let's go. Shout out to Lady Lisa. Back to you, Mr. Michael Dalco. Thank you so much for all you do, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Patrice and Lady Lisa.
Good morning. Good morning. Good
Hey.
morning
Good morning.
to the Duke of Destiny, Mr. Dalco. And I know your beautiful bride is watching as well. It is truly a treat to see you at the helm. I remember when I got plugged in, you used to be on the Tuesday call, if I remember correctly. So to the whole wealth building team, this is a treat for Mr. Dalco to host a power call this morning and just dropping those nuggets that is so relevant. Carrot Bars is medication for life's drama, and we can truly say that we're all facing this drama together, but we have a vehicle of wealth, and that's with Carrot Bars International. And I want to say this, Mr. Dalco, thank you and your lovely wife for hosting that event on Saturday. I was so excited and hyped up just to hear and see Mr. Dr. Harold Constantine Sykes. It was such just a blessing to just to see inside his home and just see him so relaxed and just talking about his care and just speaking about his passion for the people and what he has in store for all of us. So thank you all wealth builders. Thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Best and all wealth builders worldwide. Back to you, Mr. Dalco. Ahoo. And Patrice, don't come down in my office messing with me. Back to you, Mr. Dalco.
Thank you, Lady Lisa. Any other moderators?
Good morning, Mr. Michael Dalco. How are you? Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to the Duke and Duchess of all Let's Go weekends. Oh my God, that event Saturday was absolutely phenomenal, sir. And you are a very hard act to follow because I had to follow you on Tuesday. So I want to thank you this morning. You just rock this Mighty Monday Power Call. It's so good to hear your voice, to hear you moderating. I know you're not going to continue to do that because you have many more important things to do, but it's so good to see you and to hear you, sir. I love you.
No, they kind of let me out of jail. They're gonna let me moderate for a little while, so I'm gonna do it for a few weeks and see how it goes.
Excellent.
Thank you for saying that, Miss Maxine Jones.
Yes,
right.
yes, Mr. Delco.
There he is. What's going on,
Yes,
brother?
sir. Mr. Delco, I just want to say, man, I appreciate you and your lovely wife, even this weekend. I mean, that was such a phenomenal event online. Although, we've been doing the social distancing thing, it's like we're all in the living room together. We were sitting there eating and learning and just rubbing elbows and getting knowledge from each other. So that was such a great event. And today we are the remedy. So I'm just excited about where we're going and what we're doing. So I appreciate you, Mr. Delco, and the entire family, because whenever we go through problems, ups and downs, we continue to plug in, we stay charged, man, we can help light up the world. So God bless you, sir. Back to you.
Bless you too, brother. All right, let's jump into the queue. First caller in queue, Doc. You let's see. Here we go. Okay, yep. Your line is live. Unmute yourself.
Good morning, Mr. Delco. I hearken back to my two mentors, Dan and Dennis, Boomer and Dr. Dennis. Dan always said, whenever I asked him, what should I do? He always said, if I was you, I'd just buy gold. And Dennis always said, there is no excuse. And really there isn't. I mean, we all get surprised and amazed when we hear gold is money, but it's right there in the articles of our Constitution. In the first article, section 10, it's right there in black and white. Only gold and silver shall be tendered. It doesn't say anything about legal because the whole document was the legality of the government. It was the setting up of the government. So they didn't need to say legal because it was part of the legal process. But we really have no excuse. It's always been the answer and it always will be. Oh.
That's strong stuff, Joseph Clyman. That's why we call you Doc. I was talking to some people last night and they didn't understand it. I said, in the 1800s, everybody had gold and silver. That's what money was. It was gold and silver. So outstanding. Thank you very much for that. Next caller in queue, Mr. Eric Ture Muhammad. And before he speaks, guys, this is the son of civil rights icon Kwame Ture, also known as Stokely Carmichael. So I wanted to give the proper introduction and let you guys know the caliber of people that join Carrot Bars International. This is not some little side business. This is a money system. This is a revolution. Speaking of revolution, Mr. Brother Eric Ture Muhammad, good morning.
Good morning, ready for revolution. Man, what a phenomenal week. Not just the starting with the meet and greet that we did online, authored by CeCe Mahone and others, but coming into the weekend, having the power of, we leveraged ourselves with information. And I can't tell you what it did for my team to be able to come away from that and share with them good news, greater news from what we've been sharing all along, and having a timeline to work with. I mean, to get together privately and get with them and recommit ourselves to making sure that we grow and prosper and spread this word everywhere. And then, Mr. Dalco, those pre-calls today and what you shared last night was phenomenal. I'm just really full. I'm just really full, and I'm so grateful for what has transpired in my life and our lives as wealth builders, and to see all the appreciation through the cash goal that dropped into my account this morning, and all the e-point updates. I mean, good gracious. I mean, I'm rich. Anyway, let me just say this. let me just say this. Family, we're entering another phase where the momentum is absolutely ours. Okay. There are people who have been made to stay home in their third week, sitting on couches everywhere, laying in beds, sitting in chairs, and just aimlessly wondering what the heck is going on, and more importantly, what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. And we have the answer to all of that. And now what's going to happen in the fourth week? They're going to realize that they're experiencing what we have always been preaching. They're getting a taste of freedom. They're going to get used to being away. They're going to break that old habit. They're going to be used to getting away from punching the clock. They're going to get used to being familiar with their homes and their families again. And they're going to look for ways to maintain that freedom. They're going to look for us. We got to talk to everybody, share with everybody. This is the greatest opportunity any time in history where we have billions of people sitting there waiting for us. Let's grab their hands. Thank you, Mr. Dalco, Mr. Best, Mrs. Best, all of the teams. Thank you, Mrs. Dalco. What a wonderful weekend. Like brother says, Reggie Scott, I'm out. Let's go get it. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Ture Muhammad. Absolutely. Next caller in queue, Wanda Pinckney Lofton. Good morning. Unmute yourself. You are live. Miss Wanda, you're live. You have to unmute yourself. Click that unmute button. We want to hear from you, my sister. Wanda Pinckney Lofton from Buffalo, New York. You are live. Let me go to the next one. We'll come back to you, Miss Wanda. Robert Allaire. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. You are live.
Thank you very kindly, brother. Bernie and myself have been in for about 2 years. We're both VIPs. We're up in northern British Columbia, at a place called Prince George, British Columbia. This last weekend has been so enlightening that it brings tears to my eyes. I thank you all. Have a good day.
Mr. Allaire, did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, you did. Allaire.
What Allaire? What makes a grown man cry about this?
Hey, I guess I'm a softie.
I'm glad it's not just me. Thank you so much for your comments today. Let me go back to Miss Wanda Pinckney Lofton. You are live.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yeah, there you are.
Oh, thank you. That was an accident that I was on, but nothing's an accident with Carrot Bars. Last week, I wanted to call, especially on Saturday, just to let everybody know how much I really appreciate this organization. And when they tell you that you're in business by yourself, you're in business you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. That is a credo that goes throughout this whole organization. From affiliates that you meet at meetings, on phone calls, just meeting people. When you need help, when I need help, I can call out to anybody, anywhere in the Carrot Bars world that I have a number to and get help. That's phenomenal, because I'm the queen of low tech. And when it doesn't happen right away, I know not to panic, because I have some crypto people or some technical people who can help me through these challenges. And I really do appreciate you all. And I'm trying to find out because I got package number 6, the multi-pack number 6, before the change, if they're going to include the extra grams in the new package from the gold multi-pack.
So that's going to be probably a no, but you're going to get all the benefits from the upgraded package as well. So don't worry too much about that. You're always winning with Carrot Bars. They just keep making it better and better. Hey, Mr. Best said that last night on Sunday Night Training. He said he feels bad. The new people got it better than us who got in 6 years ago. Well, that's good. That's because Carrot Bars is always looking to make the world a better place. So thank you for your comments today, Ms. Wanda Pinckney Lofton. Oh, I'm sorry, I cut you off a little bit there. I apologize. If it was something you needed to say, you can jump back in. Now, this gentleman right here, I got to say this before he speaks, Dr. David Hollins. Listen, I got to congratulate Dr. David because he passed me, and I got my tongue hanging out, Mr. Best. Dr. David passed me on the leaderboard for the Vegas incentive, winning a 3450 multi-gold package. Dr. David, you're a beast. Congrats, brother. Over to you, Dr. David.
Thank you, Mr. Delco. Appreciate that. I just tell you, you know, guys, I've been listening and listening. I stay in the background most of the time. You know, let me just tell you something, Mr. Delco. All I can say about Saturday is, wow. Man, that was the best Zoom broadcast I've ever seen. And I've been using Zoom since 2014, and I've never seen anybody do it like that. Miss Mo, wow, that was outstanding. I know everybody appreciate that. I don't know what we would have done if it hadn't been for that broadcast this weekend. You know, that was our highlight of the weekend. So thank you so much for that, Mr. Best. Everybody that plugged into that, you guys did an outstanding job. And people missed that. I don't know. I just can't believe people wasn't on that. And last night, I just want to tell you about last night training. Last night training, that was so enlightening. And people, if you don't know what's going on after last night training, I don't know what people think. I have a lot of problems myself going on. Not only, I might have some issues with Carrot Bars, I lost this, and it doesn't make a difference. You know what? Because we are believers. I believe in what we're doing. I believe in the site. I believe in the team we're on. This is the best team that I've ever been involved with in my 35 years in the industry of networking. I just can't believe people can't plug in. And just a little tidbit for you, Mr. Delco. I'm just listing some other things. I'm a financial planner. I've been a retirement planner for years, and I stayed up with the industry, so I know what's going on. But here's the latest thing. Based on what's happening in the economy right now in the market and what just happened with this supposedly virus that they got out there, they're projecting that the pension plans may be going away for those who receiving pension. So thank you so much for everything you do. Back to you.
And guys, don't take that for granted. That gentleman is a financial planner by profession, talking about they're about to raid the pension plans. Man, come on, guys. Thank you, Dr. David Hollins. We appreciate you, man, for your comments today. Next caller in queue, Mr. Fred Moore. Thank you for jumping in. Unmute yourself. We're glad to hear from you.
Good morning, Mr. Delco. Can you hear me?
Good morning, Golden Brother. Yes, sir. How's the weather up there, man, up the north?
Actually, it's pretty nice and mild out. It's been pretty cold off and on. It's very, very comfortable. Good morning, everybody. It's Fred Moore from Chicago. Greetings to all the wealth builders. Outstanding pre-call, perfect pre-call in relation to the weekend we just had. And speaking of the weekend, I've been to many Let's Go weekends, and there's something about Let's Go weekend where there's a certain spirit that I cannot explain, a certain spirit that separates Let's Go weekend from all the other events that Carrot Bars puts on, whether it's a company sponsored event or not. There's something special about the spirit of Let's Go weekend. And that same spirit was maintained this weekend, although we did it online. And that's because of the people like you, Mr. Delco, your lovely wife, Monisha, Ty Best, Mrs. Valerie Best, and all the wealth builders. This is an amazing group with amazing people with an amazing company. And Carrot Bars truly makes the world a better place. So let's do this. Have an awesome day, everybody. Back to you, my friend.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. I appreciate your comments today. Next caller in queue, Team Destiny. There you are. Team Destiny, you're live. You may have to unmute yourself, but you are live. There you are.
Okay, good morning. Peace family. Mr. Delco, this is Sister Fatima here in Atlanta, Georgia. And I want to say that when you say that carrot bars is the medication for all of life's dramas, you are so true, so correct about that. Prior to coming into carrot bars, I was in a major crazy car accident and I totaled our Benz. And carrot bars came into my life at the right time. It not only picked up my spirits, it gave me a reason to keep going, actually, because I was so out of it from the accident. It had slowed me down. And I just love carrot bars. I love you. I love Mo. I love Mr. Best and Mrs. Valerie Best. And I just also wanted to get on and say, oh yeah, this weekend, all of this week was phenomenal. Last night's class was great. I really needed that. And I want to congratulate too Mr. Burnell Gardner. He's one of our new affiliates out of San Antonio, Texas. We met him when we were in Detroit for the Savior's Day convention. We have a lot of people coming in for that event, so I'm really happy about that. So he set up his autosave, and he's about to get his package, his multi-pack. So we're really excited about that. And thank you, Mr. Best, Mr. Delco, I'm so sorry. Mr. Delco, we love you so much. Au, have a golden day.
Thank you so much, Sister Fatima. Appreciate you very much. And next caller in queue. Get ready. Mr. Christopher Chalbay, you're live.
Golden morning, Mr. Free 103, Mr. 5 and 5, Christopher Chalbay calling live from Largo, Maryland. Outstanding pre-call, outstanding overview. And Mr. Delco, in almost 3 years, this is the first time I ever heard you hosting a power call. This is a momentous day. I want to, first of all, welcome a new team member just signed up yesterday, Mr. David Jackson out of Suitland, Maryland. He's on the call listening. Also want to welcome Moody 123, courtesy of Shaquise, for getting a gold multi-package. Also Muff, courtesy of Shaquise, for getting a gold multi-package. And Shaquise for getting a gold multi-package, courtesy of Moed Bay. And I just want to say, when Dante called me, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know where my future held. I'm so thankful for Care Bars. It kept me out the streets, kept me safe. Look, everybody, take this seriously. One day at a time, 1 gram at a time, one person at a time. I love you, Mr. Delco. I love everybody. Let's go. I'm out.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Christopher Chalbay, the gladiator of gladiators. Great to hear you on the call today, brother. Congratulations on all your success on your team. Next caller in queue, Minister of Fun, you are live.
All right, can you hear me, Mr. Dalco?
I can hear you.
All right. Boy, what a call. Friday, my world changed in a beautiful way. I'm calling on all the gladiators today, 1 o'clock Eastern. Keep me in prayer that I hear and God gives me the words. That's all you got to ask God for. Let's unite this power that we have. I am truly excited. Hey, we went from gold to adding in crypto to adding in technology, and we added more with the cards coming out and all that. Guys, there's more to come. God ain't done. This is a vehicle. Thank God for Mr. Sites. Thanks God for more of the best. All leaders, paper to gold. Turn your crypto to gold. Make sure you tell everybody and keep your mind open. We are limitless. There are no limits. Ow, 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 I am out.
Thank you, Minister of Fun. Appreciate your comments very much today. Next leader in queue, Miss CeCe Mahone. My sister, you are live.
Good morning, Mr. Delco. Do you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. It's an excellent call this morning, excellent overview. I want to say, first of all, shout out to Team Audacity. But before that, I want to say thank you to Mr. Best, who is my sponsor. Saturday's event was amazing. It was just, you guys, you and your wife did an excellent job. And I wanted to say to everybody, while you're home during this coronacation, get to plug in for your daily dose of Carabar's medication.
Wouldn't you know it?
Back to you.
I love that. Those two sisters, man, you know what? Y'all just need to write a book of rhymes and just get it over with, all right? Just write that book of rhymes, get it over with. The world is waiting on it. And we've got a lot of people left in queue. We've got about 10 minutes left. So I want to get everybody in. I don't want to leave anybody out. So you guys help me out and just make your comments a little shorter, maybe 10, 15 seconds. And so we can make sure we get all these people in. Next caller in queue, my golden sister and brother from the South, Nolans. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Delco. This is Sharon and Ronald Fix calling out of Atlanta, Georgia. Where do I start? The call this morning, phenomenal. Saturday, as Fred Moore said, the spirit was there for Let's Go Weekend. And every day, all day long, our Carabar's leaders are giving us a dose of the Carabar's medication. And for that, we thank you, because I have no idea where Ronald and I would be right now in our retirement years had it not been for Willie Brown, who offered the opportunity, Carabar's International, and Mr. Ty and Valerie Best for giving us the Wealth Builders platform. So for that, we say thank you from the bottom of our heart. Love you guys, and give Mo a big kiss for me. She was phenomenal. Thank you.
My goodness, will do. And man, think about that. Where would we be if somebody didn't make that phone call? Oh my gosh, shudder the thought. Next leader in queue, 706-206, you're live.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, great Horizons family. Mr. Delco, great. This is a fast chat call last night, Mr. Delco, Mr. Best. You answered my about the capture page last night and look in the mirror. I mean, I have so much information, Mr. Delco. Now I know when you're tired, you're quiet. When you step out your zone, you save so many lives. You sound like Kevin Hart. You're checking and saving and you're checking. And Mr. Best, he is catastrophic when he tells us how the Carabar is just needed. Miss Tanisha, she's like the counting the gold, like the middleman. I love y'all all. You're so wonderful, and I need y'all so much. I'm gonna go home and scream outside the house when I get finished, because I did have lose a loved one, and so many other people are losing a lot of loved ones. But we love you all. We have the call. We have the power call. Thanks to heaven for your all. Golden day. Have a golden day. Love you. Peace and love.
Thank you, Sister Marie. Thank you very much. Next caller in queue, you are live.
You're welcome.
Next caller in queue, you're live. 601.
All right. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Delco. This is Glenn Perkins out of Jackson, Mississippi. Excellent call this morning. Great pre-call. I just want to say a lot of people don't remember when we first started getting on these calls, you, Miss Abram, Mr. Roger Williams, all you all were moderating the calls then, and you're still there. Thank you so much. Great weekend this weekend. Everyone have a great day. Stay plugged in, representing Team Audacity. Oh.
Yeah, all y'all new people, man, I tell you. Yeah, I moderated the call for 2 years by myself. And then we start bringing in all these other amazing moderators, man. They retired me, but I needed to come back for a minute. This is getting too good. Next leader in queue, Mr. Mark Smith. Good morning.
Mr. Delco, yes, welcome back. This is your call. It's the glue that's kept this family growing together through the highs and the lows, and I appreciate you. Thank you. Welcome back. Back to you.
Thank you so much, brother. Appreciate that very much. Next leader in queue, Wyndham McDowell L. You are live. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, my people. Greetings to all my Wealth Builders family. This is just momentum, and I love the best say it all the time. We got this momentum. Let's keep it going. I just want to echo about what Mr. Sight said Saturday. Yo, just read James chapter 1. I ain't gonna get into it. Read James chapter 1, because trials and tribulations arise, and we need to keep our head focused and stay straight on our mission and on our directive, so that we can always be edified by the power of God. And that's all I got to say. You know what I'm saying? Stay focused, apply pressure to your craft, and we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
Good stuff, Wendell McDowell. Glad to hear you on the call. We got about 3 minutes left. Let's see if we can make it happen. Next caller in queue, you are live. 24 Karat Melody.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Linda M. and Tim Scott of Killeen, Texas. Mr. Delco, thank you for an amazing pre-call, an amazing event over Saturday. Your presence, your moderating the power call is such nutrition for the mission this morning, demonstrating we all can and must wear different hats. And you stated the master key is being plugged in. And that statement stands in the face of the world being unplugged from the existing world system that we knew. Carrot Bars and Wealth Builders Worldwide is a chance to personally and economically reprogram ourselves. So I say design your cubicle and define your future. I
love it. Oh, I don't want to leave anybody else. We got 2 minutes left. Let's make this thing happen. Next leader in queue, you're live, my brother. Dante Taylor, you're live.
Hey, brother.
There you are. I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you now.
Okay. Well, no, I didn't mean to get in the queue. I don't know if I raised my hand, but let me just say, great call. This takes me back to when I first got into business. And yeah, I used to hear you moderate and I used to love it. So thank you for what you do. Back to you, brother.
Thank you for being
amazing
brief.
weekend as well. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, man. And thank you for being brief there so I can get these other amazing leaders in here. Next leader, 770-289, you're live.
Good morning, Mr. Michael Dalco, one half of the dynamic duo, Mike and Mo. I love you guys. Shout out to all of the wealthy side of my family. Just wanted to jump in and say good morning to everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. Good to hear from you. Next leader in queue, you are live. Your line is live. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Dalco and all Wealth Builders Worldwide. This is Trina and Bob James in Pontiac, Michigan. Mr. Dalco, I just want to thank you so much because of the amazing weekend we had. 6 of our leaders were on the call this weekend, and I can tell you that they're already charged up and ready to go just by virtue of getting them plugged into that main event. Thank you so much, and we're going to continue to keep running. Thank you. God bless and all.
It was my pleasure, Ms. Trina James, to give Bob a high five for me. And next leader in queue, your line is live. You're live, Mr. Maui.
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to say that we've heard the term stay-at-home mom, but only with Carrot Bars International can you be a stay-at-home mom and get corporate mom pay. Can I get a witness, Monisha?
Come on now.
Back to you.
Awesome comments from you today. Next leader in the queue, you are live, Ms. Deborah Nixon.
Good morning, Mr. Dalco. Ken and I checking in from Melbourne, Florida. Just wanted to say hello and thank you for an outstanding weekend. It was just amazing. You know, this weekend has our new folks motivated. They're setting up their home-based businesses and they're uploading their KYCs and ready to get their multi-packs. But I just want to end with a really good thought. And this is a tribute to Michael Jackson, the late and great Michael Jackson. You know, he talked about we are the world and we are God's children. The one thing I want to say, guys, is let us be the light to the world. Grab those hands, grab them, be the light that grabs people out of the pit of darkness and bring them into this beautiful golden system. Thank you so much, Mr. Dalco, for all you do. And Manisha, your voice was so soothing. Much love, sister. Have a beautiful weekend, everyone. And thank you.
Much love to you too, my sister Deborah Nixon. Next leader in queue, Mr. Juan Martinez. Buenos dias, mi amigo.
Hey, buenos dias, Mr. Delco. ¿Cómo está?
Muy bueno, gracias.
So, guys, I just want to thank you for an amazing leadership. I just want to really tell you guys, do love everyone, but wait on no one. One of the biggest things that happens to me is I'm always waiting on people to want it more than me. And I never find that. So what I will have to say with that is like, you got to keep pushing, keep working until you find that person that really, really wants it. So let's stay plugged in. Let's make it happen. Team GSC, Juan Martinez signing off. Boom. Let's get it.
My brother. Next leader, you're live.
Good morning, Mr. Dalco. Sharon Boykin from Scotch Plains, New Jersey.
Just wanted to say awesome call, and the weekend with the Let's Go Weekend Online, all credit to you and Miss Manisha Dalco. Oh my goodness, it was so encouraging, soothing, from music to introduction to everything. And I don't think we give credit to our queen, Miss Valerie Best, and First Lady Manisha enough, because even the meeting after the meeting, I was still charged up. So just thank you for all you do, and thank you for your brilliance and helping us to be able to understand Karatbars and make our businesses work. Thank you for all you do.
Thank you for your inspired voice on the call today. Next week, live.
Hello, team. This is Probin Thompson from New York. And yes, I am registered by the amazing Mr. Michael L. Delco. Good to hear you on the call again, Mr. Delco. Great weekend. Oh my God. And the pre-call was absolutely a remembrance of truth, a reminding of what the truth really is. And you know, you can't expect to win if you ain't plugged into this
There you go.
Information. So really appreciate you and Mr. Best and your wives and the whole moderating team. Let's go, team. Let's get it.
Awesome. Awesome. I got 3 more. 10 seconds. Let's go, people. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Good morning, Mr. Delco. I'm gonna make it fast. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Go ahead, Mr. Eric Williams. I hear you. Oh, wait a minute. Lost you. There you are. Go ahead, Mr. Williams. Unmute yourself, Mr. Williams. We can hear you. I'll come back to you. Ms. Norma Crowder, good morning. Let me get 10 seconds from you. Ms. Norma Crowder.
Good morning.
There you are.
Oh, I don't know where to start. I want to thank you for last Thursday night. Now I want to thank you for Saturday. Now I want to thank you for Sunday night. You and Miss Bo and Mr. Best and Mrs. Best and all of you that participated. I've been plugging in. And on last night, I was plugged in until, okay, I got to go to bed. And when I said I got to go to bed, Mr. Delco said, okay, I'm through. So I thank you, Lord. Thank you for all of you. God bless you. God
bless you too. And last caller in queue, I got to make this the last one. I see you guys jumping in. I can't take any more. Mr. Stephen McNeil in Seattle.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Delco. Thank you so much for an incredible weekend. My wife and I leaned in at our kitchen table on Saturday on all you, and the trainers did a phenomenal job. Thanks again, Mr. Best and Valerie Best and Manisha, great job. And I want to welcome a new business partner at Chicago Phil, and I want to congratulate Mr. Johnny Green for also bringing on 2 new partners this weekend, and the incredible Lauren and Laura Canelo for bringing on 5 new partners this weekend as well. Thank you so much. God bless you. Appreciate
and
all.
Mr. McNeil, I think I saw Johnny Green with the multi-package, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Yes, you
all
did.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
congrats
sir.
to all your success, my brother. Way to go.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to end our queue for today. I'm going to kick it over. Before I do kick it over to Mr. Best, I want to give a quick announcement. The unionuniverse.com, I think that's a different website. I need to put it on this link right here. Any union members that are out there, please type in the chat room the website. It's the freedomsummit.com. I don't want to jack it up. The freedomsummit.com, where you can go get your tickets. There's also a 15% discount while I'm waiting for one of them to type that in. The 15% discount if you type in LGW, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't give that. Type it in the chat room. All right, freedomsummit.live. There you go. Thank you, Mr. Sheen Poole. And Mr. Rodney Roach, if there's still a discount, I know you had one for the people that were on the weekend event. You had a discount code there, so I almost said it, but I may have been out of place when I was about to say that. If that discount code is still available, please type it in the chat room, but it's going to be July 17th and 18th up in the DMV at the MD Live Casino and Hotel in Hanover. You can gamble, but you can hang out with all the leaders. Me, I'll be up there with Monisha, Mr. Best, Ms. Valerie should be there with us as well, and Gabe and Alex. Man, it's going to be crazy. Our first time to really get together. We're praying away this global health concerns so we can all see each other, high five, take some pictures. It's going to be an amazing event. Y'all know how the teams up in the DMV do it. Team Freedom, Team Union, they're collaborating up there. Going to blow this thing apart. So let's see you up there. in the DMV. Now, let me kick this over to Mr. Ty Best for some closing remarks, and we'll get out of here.
Okay, I'm gonna close first. I just want to say, oh, Miss Craddock, God bless you. You're so adorable. I just love it. Great call, great moderation, Mr. Delco. You haven't lost your touch. Back to you, Tyrone.
Team Best, what do we say?
Oh. Well, I don't know if I've lost my touch or not, Miss Best. That's debatable. But hey, I'll get better and better. You guys, thank you very much for an amazing power call. Coming up at 12 o'clock noon, that's in 3 minutes. That's why I'm talking like a robot. Mr. Kansu Hotep Atum will be doing our world-class webinar for Carrot Bars International. It'll be right here on Gold Rocks. I'm going to keep the platform up, but I'm going to stop the live stream. We'll start it over for the webinar. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you on the white sandy beaches of the world.